Pneumonia is associated with housing in cattle because they go from a different environment, from being outside in the fresh air and coming inside to a more confined space where there's a different airflow, and that can cause problems. Often when they're moved inside, there also occurs a mixing of the groups, and the cattle are just closer together, which means they breathe near each other. The clinical signs producers would most often see would be difficulty breathing, a nasal discharge, an ocular discharge, discharge from the eyes, and a cough. But sometimes you just find a well-looking animal found dead, and that's what we want to investigate. We prevent pneumonia in house cattle by ensuring we have a well-ventilated shed where there's a good airflow and a suitable temperature, and make sure we don't stress the cattle too much when we put them inside. Producers should vaccinate if there's a known pathogen on the farm causing issues, despite having attempted to provide good management of the group and having a good shed to put them in. If a producer has a case of pneumonia, there's a big loss financially and morally. And even though it might seem like it would be another cost to get a PM done, it would also be very beneficial for the farmer to know which pathogens are actually involved in the pneumonia and to determine how long it's been going on. The difference between taking a swab from the nose or the pharynx, nasal pharynx, and doing a PM is sometimes you will only get some pathogens from that swab because you don't go all the way into the lung. If you do a post-mortem, you would see the whole of the lung and the upper airways, which is indicative of IBR. You can check that way. And also recently we've seen in some of the cattle with chronic pneumonia, they also get an interstitial pneumonia, which actually kills them in the end. And you can only figure that out by seeing the whole pluck. If an animal has had pneumonia and has been treated and seemingly recovered and keeps living on, you might still lose in productivity. Weight gain can be decreased, and you can also easily get more problems later on, and even deaths during times of high stress. The different kinds of pneumonia, the most common one we see is probably bronchopneumonia, especially in the younger animals, which is often caused by virus. There's also an interstitial pneumonia, which can be caused by virus, pneumotrophic virus, and by housing effects. Then there's also the more rare pneumonias, which is like fog fever and husk, caused by lungworm.